plays games? Computer games. Computer games. Console games, PS4, Xbox. What about smartphone games? Okay. Who played Pokemon Go? Okay. So, for those of you who played Pokemon Go, is there anyone who actually wasn't very interested in actually the cartoon or the anime of Pokemon? Or you just played the game, or you initially had the interest in the cartoon itself? Not so much. The reason, there's a reason, a very important reason why people like this game, and there was a big fuss about it. And the reason belongs to something that I'm going to tell you now. When you played the Pokemon Go, how long ago you played, for example?
Me?
Yeah?
When it first came out.
When it first came out. And now? You still playing? Now you're still playing?
No.
Okay, so good. In these games, and of course, it may be other games as well, we play these games when it first comes out, when it's still interesting and fun. And then, little by little, and with time, the fun element goes down. But then at some point, we keep playing as much as we do from the beginning for some reason. We don't know why, but we just keep playing. And then we play and play and play until at some point we realize that we played way past, beyond the point that was fun. And then we eventually stop. Now, the question is, why is this? Why, for example, do we play a game? Or actually, not just a game, but even use products or do some certain things that actually we don't want to do, but we just kind of automatically do. We don't know the reason why, but we do it. Okay, the reason for this is something called Skinner box. Or to be more specific, more precise, something called operant conditioning chamber. Now, in the early 1930s, a scientist, Frederick Skinner, he made a new experiment in psychology. Before his time, we only knew how to condition reaction. Which means, as many of you have seen in Tom and Jerry, when they hear this ding sound, they come with the food, thinking that it's the food time. We only can condition reactions, so we can condition someone to have a special fear of something, or someone to feel hungry at the side of office supplies or something. We can condition reactions. But after the Skinner experiment, we learned that we can actually condition behavior. Now, what Skinner did is he created a machine, a simple box that has a button from the inside, and then he put a pigeon inside it. And then he measured how often that pigeon pecked at the button. Because when the pigeon pecked at the button, the machine would give food from inside the box. Now, what's like interesting about this experiment? It seems something very normal. The interesting part is that pecking the button for the pigeon is active. It involves making a choice. It means that we can condition volition, that we can change how people make choices. Now, what's important about this? Why was it so groundbreaking? Yes, it's interesting, but what's so important about it? Two things. First thing, that it applies to humans. Second thing is that, and this is the most important part, giving a reward every time someone performs an action is actually not the best way to keep them doing the action. Rather, giving a reward every random number of times someone performs an action, or only give money every random number of minutes, will keep them very engaged. This method is far more effective than the other one. Now, many things use this technique, the Skinner box techniques, to keep us engaged, to create this illusion that we're enjoying this game or product or something that we're doing. But in fact, it's just a Skinner box effect. And you can realize this trend immediately when you actually like perform the action but you don't feel any interest. It's like you performed it on an automatic pilot state. It was used very early at gambling games, like when there was first the slot machines, when you pull a lever and then things roll and then you have 3 sets of things. This was actually the first kind of attempts to employ the Skinner box. But then it appeals to the people's mind, to the chemistry of their brain, because if you ask people which would they prefer, playing a slot machine for 8 hours and ending up with $100, or working for 8 hours in a factory, just pushing a button, and also at the end of the day, ending with a paycheck for $100, which one would they choose?
Gambling.
Of course, the gaming. It's much more interesting. So, the implication of this operant conditioning chamber is infinite. Of course, they can use it in many different things, bad things, advertisement that this kind of perfume is amazing, gets the girls and all these kind of things. But thanks to Skinner experiment, now we know how to create this beeping sound that never stops unless we put on our seatbelts to condition our behavior for safe driving. Now we can design cues and activities and incentives to actually make use of our brain chemistry to make us perform in the best way possible. Now here's the interesting part. With this technique, you can actually replicate Skinner experiment for your own purposes, whether it's good or bad. I trust you all have good reasons, but anyway, if you want to make someone, let's say partner, child, do something, then you can use the same experiment. You can use the Skinner box technique to get them to do whatever you want.